Inventors very strongly affected the way people lived and worked. Between the 1800s and the 1900s, humans had improved technology faster than ever before. Natural resources were used to build inventions. These natural resources included iron, coal, and oil. Iron was a useful resource when it came to just about everything from appliances, tools, and machines to ships, buildings, and infrastructure. Iron was also used in the Bessemer process in order to create steel. Coal was important because it helped furnaces, forges, fueled railway systems, locomotives, and steamboats. Coal was cheap, efficient, and it was a big help in the transportation of the Industrial Revolution. Coal-powered technologies magnified the strength, stamina, and precision of American workers, making the U.S. labor force the most productive in the world. Another big help in the transportation of Industrial Revolution was oil. Whale oils, which were used in machinery, made the Industrial Revolution possible. John D. Rockefeller organized the Standard Oil Company, and he controlled the oil when it was drilled through the refining stage, and he maintained control over the refining process, turning it into gasoline. Oil also played an important role in the railroads of that time period. The Transcontinental Railroad was the first railway to connect the Atlantic and Pacific coast. By 1890, the nation had 30,000 miles of track. These railroads brought the dreams of new land, adventure, and a fresh start to many Americans. Although the railroad sounds euphoric, it only became possible with the help of thousands of Chinese immigrants who worked in very harsh conditions on the railroad. The Union Pacific hired Irish immigrants and desperate out-of-work Civil War veterans to lay the track across treacherous terrain while enduring attacks by Native Americans. Thousands of workers died on the tracks each year from accidents and disease, including more than 2,000 killed and 20,000 injured when the first railroad statistics were published in 1888. Despite harsh conditions, workers helped transform diverse regions of the county into a united nation. The railroads also resulted in the division of Earth into 24 zones, 4 of which the United States claimed. In 1884, an international conference set worldwide time zones that incorporated railroad time. The Transcontinental Railroad brought the nations together and helped cities grow up and branch out. The Industrial Revolution was a turning point in technology. Industry, machines, and factories took over the agricultural world. Europe and Great Britain had the first industrial revolutions, and the U.S. followed in the 18th century. During the Industrial Revolution, steam-powered engines were invented, and coal and petroleum were used as fuel. Canals and railways expanded, electricity was created, manufacturing processes and transportation improved. Most people didn't need to work by hand, so production was more efficient. Although there were technological advances, there were also economic and social problems. Many people could not support themselves economically after getting city jobs. Workers had long hours, low wages, and loss of independence. The Industrial Revolution also caused pollution, population increase, fossil fuel emissions into the atmosphere, and harmful spreading of chemicals across the earth. The Industrial Revolution brought us to the modern industrial society that we live in today. It would not have been possible without the help of many inventors. Samuel Morse was an American inventor who created single-wire telegraph system based on European telegraphs. Morse code is a method of transmitting textual information as a series of on-off tones, lights, or clicks that can be directly understood by a skilled listener or observer without special equipment. The International Morse code encodes the Roman alphabet, the Arabic numerals, and a small set of punctuation signals as standardized sequences of short and long signals called dots and dashes. Henry Bessemer was an English inventor, engineer, and businessman. He is mainly known in connection with the Bessemer process for the manufacture of steel. The Bessemer process was the first inexpensive industrial process for the mass production of steel from molten pig iron. The process had also been used outside of Europe for hundreds of years, but not on an industrial scale. The key principle is removal of impurities from the iron by oxidation with air being blown through the molten iron. The oxidation also raises the temperature of the iron mass and keeps it molten. Alexander Graham Bell was a scientist, inventor, engineer, and innovator. Bell was credited for inventing the first telephone. He also created groundbreaking work in optical telecommunications, hydrofoils, and aeronautics. Thomas Alva Edison was an inventor, scientist, and businessman who developed the phonograph. He also developed the long-lasting practical electrical light bulb. Edison also created the first industrial research laboratory.